This chapter is another most interesting series of chapters in science, and this is about magnets. This is one of the most fascinating materials human have ever come across. Long ago, ancient people found some stones which were mysteriously getting attracted to other materials. This was so fascinating that even kings became curious about it. Today, we call them magnets. The science have grown. Now we know more clearly about magnets and how they work. This chapter will help you understand this fascinating material. The chapter starts with a story. A kid thinks while she reads ancient stories about how people in India used to sail across the seas for business. But in the sea, everywhere looks the same. People first used stars to find directions. But what if the sky was full of clouds and storms? Then you cannot see the stars and you may never find your way home. You'll drift away. This is where this mysterious material, the magnet, became useful. People found that magnets get attracted to certain materials, and when a magnet is hung freely in a rope, it always points in one fixed direction. This property made magnets very special. The magnet always points north and south. Not all materials are magnetic. Only certain materials can be attracted to a magnet. These are all called magnetic materials. Materials that do not get attracted are called non-magnetic materials. Today, we can also make our own magnets, but not every material can be made into a magnet. Only certain materials can. And when we look carefully, we see that the magnets attract strongly only at its two ends, not everywhere. These ends are called poles. Because magnets were used to show directions, people name these poles as North Pole and South Pole based on the Earth's direction. So, if you hang a magnet freely, the end that points north is called the North Pole, and the other end is called the South Pole. Ancient people then made compasses using magnets, and sailors used them to find directions. One more interesting point is that some materials like iron can be converted into magnet. If you rub a magnet on an iron needle or a pin, the iron piece itself becomes a magnet. You can test this at home with a pin or blade. To check, you can float the rubbed needle on water using a cork. You will see it points the north and south direction like a compass. Another property is about attraction and repulsion. When you bring two magnets close, opposite poles, that is north and south, attract each other, but same poles repel each other. You can try this experiment yourself. Now, a compass always shows north and south, but when you bring a magnet close to it, the needle moves towards the magnet. This happens because Earth itself is a giant magnet, but its magnetic strength at one place is weak. The small magnet you bring near is stronger at that spot, so the compass needle follows it. Then comes another question. Can we block magnetic force? If you place a wooden piece between the magnet and compass, the needle still moves. This means the magnetic field passes through the wood. In fact, it passes through many non-magnetic materials like glass, plastic, paper, and wood. So you can try many fun activities with magnets. But finally, you remember magnets are naturally found in nature. Humans later learned to make magnets. Magnets have two poles, north and south. If you break a magnet, you cannot separate north and south. Each broken piece will again have its own north pole and south poles. This is the fascinating world of magnets.